Well, I'd like to welcome you all to our West Coast Create Your Own Freedom event tonight. My name is Beck and it is the 4th of July, Independence Day, which seems quite apt for what we're talking about tonight. So if you're here for the first time or watching a recording of this event, I'd love to just welcome you. Someone who you know has invited you to watch this. They may think it might resonate with you or someone that you know. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen in. My husband and I were introduced to Juice Plus just over a year ago. I was travelling around Australia and a lovely friend of mine put a post up about her magic beans, and I replied to that post on Facebook and found out about this amazing business. And since then, the product and the business have changed my life. We all know that the world is changing faster than ever and that the workplace is not what it used to be. What used to take decades is now taking only years, and people's jobs are actually not as secure as they used to be. We see it all around us, places like Kmart. Staff are being replaced by automatic machines and computers. What worked for previous generations is not working now, and we all know too the cost of living is certainly not decreasing. So there's a lot of instability out there, a lot of people finding it hard to make ends meet, and there's a lot of stress that comes with that, because we all need money to live, we have families to support, we have bills to pay. So, as I said before, about a year ago, I was introduced to this business. We were 2 years into a trip around Australia in our caravan with our 2 little kids. And physically, I was feeling just shocking, so unhealthy. I'd been living a lot of days like I was on holidays, even though it was a 2-year trip. So I wasn't looking after myself, and I was also getting woken up so many times by my children in the night. So I was really looking for something to turn my health around, and also something that would help me pay some bills. I'm a high school teacher, but I really didn't want to do relief teaching around Australia in different schools every week. It's certainly not my idea of a good time. So when I found out about the product, I jumped on board and I noticed a change almost immediately in my body. I was so grateful to be feeling better, to have more energy. And it was, I think, day 3 of being on the product. I said to my friend Belinda, I could recommend this product to anyone. Tell me more about the business. And for me, the business ticked all of my boxes. As I said, we were transient. We were traveling around Australia. So I wanted something that I could take with me. And it took me 7 years to have our first child, and we lost 2 babies on the way. So spending time with my kids was a real priority. And so this business is just perfect for that, because I can do it around them and their needs. I've waited so long to be a mum. I definitely didn't want to go back to work in a regular job that would take me away from them. So I'm excited now about the financial freedom that this business is bringing me. We've actually decided now, another year into our trip, that we are going to settle down. So we're actually living now in Dunsborough, and this business has helped us transition through this chapter, setting up houses and bringing our stuff across from the Gold Coast. And we're now able to plan family holidays as well, which is awesome. My husband's a builder and he's really overdoing that. But as you know, when you've got mortgages and bills, you just often have to do what you know, what you can do, what your profession is. Whatever's going to make the most money, you kind of default back into that. So I'm looking forward to retiring him so he can pursue things that he'd actually really like to do with his life. So tonight we're going to hear some stories from other people who've really been transformed, not only by the product, but also this business opportunity. So I'd like just thank you again for tuning in, and I'd like to turn over now to Rachel, who's going to share a little bit about our product and what it's done for her family as well. Thanks, Rach.
Thanks, Beck. Well, it's my pleasure to be able to talk to you tonight about the products that this company offers. And I guess my story is I'm a nurse by background. I work as a nurse educator in the Children's Hospital in Brisbane, and I have one son. I'm a single mum, and I work full-time as a nurse educator. And when I was introduced to the products, I already knew and understood the importance of eating fruits and veggies. I had a son who really didn't want to eat fruits and veggies, and for me, it was always a struggle at meal times to get him to do that. And so I was just like, tell me more about this product. I knew that, you know, the Australian dietary guidelines recommend between 7 and 10 serves a day of fruits and veggies for an adult, and I just knew that I wasn't able to consistently do that. So I guess I was just all about finding out more about it, and these are the capsules. They're fruits, veggies and berries. That's one of the products that they offer. What stood out for me with these products is that they actually, when you look at them, they have an ingredients list. They don't actually have, you know, a list of vitamins. They actually have the whole foods listed down them, and they're made up of 26 different fruits, veggies and berries. So that was just like not rocket science for me. I was just like, if I can bridge the gap between what I'm able to eat each day and what my body needs by taking these capsules, I was in. And then I started looking at the products from a medical background. The research really stood out for me. There's nearly 30 peer-reviewed journal articles now on these products. And when I started reading the research, they're basically peer-reviewed journal articles, and that means that they are proper clinical trials of the product, independently run by different universities around the world. And the two things that really stood out for me in this research, one was that the products were showing an ability to decrease inflammation in the body, and they also were increasing immunity. And I just thought that was amazing. My background in nursing is cancer nursing, and so for me, those two things were just like, oh my goodness, incredible. We know that inflammation is responsible for lots of chronic illness, and we also know that an immune system that's not working opens us up to so many diseases and illnesses. So that was one of the huge things that stood out for me. The second thing was around the safety of the products. So when you look at these products, there's no warnings on them. There's no age ranges that you can and can't take them for. They're suitable for the whole family, from kids right through to the elderly, to pregnant and breastfeeding women. There is absolutely nothing in them that isn't just whole food. So that was just really reassuring to me from a medical point of view. And so I guess when I've been talking to my friends and family about the products, they ask me, what's the difference then between Juice Plus and vitamins that you buy in the shops? And I said, and basically the difference is that the vitamins that we buy in the shop are synthetically derived. They are made up of fractured nutrients. So it makes it very hard for our body to recognize these fractured nutrients in synthetic products and absorb them. The thing with Juice Plus is it's made up of whole foods, so it's in a form that our body is able to absorb, and within 20 minutes of taking them, it's in our bloodstream. So I guess the biggest example of that is the disco wee that you see when you take vitamins. So I don't know if you've ever taken normal vitamins, but when I used to take multivitamins, within an hour my wee would be bright yellow. And that's just a result of my body not being able to absorb the vitamins and the synthetic nutrients that are in them. So that's pretty much the difference between Juice Plus and other vitamins. The other thing that is awesome about this product is that they have decided that family is really important and children are really important. So they've developed a children's product, which Beck's going to show you. It's the gummies, and they are basically allowing children to have this product free with adults that are on the product. And there's a children's health study across the world that hundreds and thousands of children are participating in, where they're basically seeing amazing results in children with even things like school attendance, illness, being able to drink more water, pooing more regularly. And I'll just cross quickly to Beck to just show us.
I'll have to talk so it comes back to me. These are the packets they come in. So that's the vegetable gummies, and these are the fruit gummies. And they're basically just like a little chewable lolly. See that red one is the fruit one, and that's the berry one. And for those adults who don't like capsules either, these are really good. And I know lots of parents that actually snack on these when they're not feeling well, or just to get some extra fruits and veggies in as well. They're really, really yummy. My kids think that they're a treat, and my kids are certainly thriving on them. You know, my daughter, who's suffered from eczema for the first 4 years of her life, no longer has eczema because she takes these little puppies every day. So thanks, Rach. I'll pass back to you.
Thanks, Beck. So the way the capsules and the products made is that they farm the fruits and veggies in organically grown farms across the country, and they harvest them at peak ripeness, which means that the fruits and veggies are able to ripen fully on the vine, and then they're harvested and they're pulped, and all of the water and some of the fibre is removed, and what you're left with is a powder which they dehydrate the pulp under low temperatures, and you're left with a powder that they put in a little capsule. They put it in a capsule to protect it from oxygen. And I don't know if you've ever taken any powders like spirulina powder or whatnot, but when you have powders in jars, as you use them over time, the powder turns darker and darker and darker. And basically that's just oxygenation of the product damaging the nutrients. So these capsules just protect the nutrients in them. So you can see there's the fruits, the veggies, and the berries. So the other amazing product that the company offers is this complete powder. So the complete powder is a macronutrient product. Basically what that means is it's full of superfoods. It's actually a vegan product, and it's plant-based protein. So it's really a very, very clean protein that the body's able to absorb and use, and it doesn't clag the system up. So these are fabulous. I am so grateful for these. These changed our life in my family. Caleb is very difficult child to eat breakfast. He was struggling a lot in the morning because he has anxiety, and I couldn't get him to eat any breakfast really, because he just had a sore tummy every morning because he didn't want to go to school. And we were doing things like, you know, by the time it took us to get out the door, managing that side of his life, we were grabbing things, you know, on the run, or stopping at the bakery on the way to school and getting really bad things to eat. So we now make up these shakes, and he just thinks it's amazing. He's getting like a chocolate milkshake for breakfast, and it's full of superfoods like spirulina powder, mushroom powder, alfalfa sprouts, broccoli, all things that I would never be able to put on his plate at breakfast time, let alone any other meal time. So these are great. We use them at breakfast. I know people who use them for lunch if you're missing meals. In the afternoon, it's great for afternoon tea as well. And sometimes at supper, if you're really wanting something sweet and you don't want to really do dessert, it's a good thing to use there. The other benefit of being involved with these products is that you actually also get access to the Juicy Body Transformation Program. It's an online program which is basically designed to help you sustain a lifestyle that's healthy, and it helps to enhance the use of the products. There are recipes, hundreds of recipes in this program. There's meal plans, shopping lists, there's exercise programs, there are shred programs, there are gratitude programs, self-love programs. There's a whole host of different resources for people to access. So once you're a customer and you're taking these products, you've got total access for life of this program, which is just an incredible way of helping families sustain lifestyle changes where there's no deprivation. So just so blessed to have this product and this program in my life. I know it's changed the way I operate on a day-to-day basis, and I wouldn't be without it now. So I'd love to now introduce you to Yvette. Yvette's going to share with us her product story. Thanks, Yvette.
Hey, thanks, Ray. Yeah, so the product came into my life probably about 6 months ago now. And the reason I started taking the product was because I was just feeling really crappy. I had no energy. I lacked a lot of motivation or inspiration in my life. And I was actually, at the time, I didn't realise, suffering from a bit of postnatal depression as well. So I went back on medication, but it's not something that I really wanted to do or I wanted to be. So I guess when there was a natural alternative, I went looking for it. Probably about 2 to 3 weeks in, I started to feel quite energetic. The fog, like the mum fog, had gone and lifted. And I was able to get out of bed. I was able to sit at my desk at work and not feel like I was about to fall asleep all the time. And I didn't have to have about 3 or 4 cups of coffee to get me through the morning either. So for me, that was really good. And like Rachel was saying as well, the shakes have been a huge hit in our house. I'm a breakfast skipper. I don't like having breakfast. And I know that I was passing those bad habits on to my kids as well. So we have to leave quite early in the morning. We had to be out the door by no later than about 6:20. And they've been a godsend in our house. And my son just thinks he's getting a chocolate banana smoothie for breakfast every morning. So he drinks that in the car and absolutely loves it. And I know that I'm putting all that good stuff into his body. Not only that, the other side effects I've had from taking these capsules is my hair. My hair used to fall out in clumps. Used to irritate the crap out of my husband to be going into the bathroom and into the shower and there's just clumps of my hair everywhere. And I know a lot of mums know about that after having babies. It's quite a common thing to happen. My hair doesn't fall out anymore. My hair is growing, and the last time I had my hair cut a few weeks ago, my hairdresser actually commented on the strength of my hair. My hair had gone from what she classes thin to thick hair now, so I haven't had for a really long time. I also suffer from psoriasis, so quite a few things going on there, and it got quite bad with a lot of stress towards the end of last year. I don't have psoriasis anymore. It was in my scalp so bad that when I would itch it, my scalp would bleed quite severely. It's completely gone. I don't itch my head anymore, and that's since been taking the product, and that's now 6 months down the track. My skin is clear, so it's definitely a choice I'm really glad that I made, and it's definitely something that I'll be taking for a long time as well. Yeah, thanks, Beck.
Thank you so much, Yvette. And thanks, Rach, too, for sharing a bit of your product story and some more information about our products. I just love that everyone's story is different on this product, but it's doing so many good things for so many people. So when you hear about a business like this, I know I had lots of questions. What sort of a business was it? Did I have to round up all my friends? Was it one of those things? So we're going to just spend a couple of minutes now just discussing that, and I'd like to bring Yvette back on for that. If that's all right, Yvette, I'll let you talk to us about those questions people might have.
Yeah, cool, no worries. So as I said, I came across Juice Plus about 6 months ago, and that was through Facebook, on a Facebook post. I was sitting on my couch scrolling one night, as we all do, and I came across a post with Mummies on a Mission. And the reason that I decided that this was going to be a great business for me, as well as taking the product, was the product I could believe in. So it was definitely something that I knew I could wholeheartedly believe in. But not only that, I'd been searching for something that I could do from home, or a way that I could make money or own my own business again. I'd previously owned my own delis, and for the last 5 years after that, I have been going just to work, and I really wasn't feeling very fulfilled. So when I went back from maternity leave, I just found a job that was just a job to me, and I wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't something that I felt I was passionate about, and I really needed something that I could be passionate about and driven about. So I was really happy to see this business come into my life. The other reason I love this business as well is because I could do it from anywhere, whether that's from home, whether that's, responding to posts in the car, anywhere you want. That's really awesome. The biggest question that I had, and I had lots of them when I came into this business, was, is this one of those pyramid schemes? And I can definitely tell you that it's not a pyramid scheme. So pyramid schemes were made illegal in the 70s. And Juice Plus has been around for over 25 years now. So if it was a pyramid scheme, I think they would have been found out by now. If you think about it though, there's pyramid structures all around us. So as I said, I used to own some delis, and I sold them to a supermarket. So when I sold those businesses to a supermarket, I became an employee of that supermarket as well. And that structure looked something like this. So if we look at the pyramid, for example, I hope everyone can see that. We were an independent supermarket. So at the top here, what would be the CEO was actually the owner. So we had a supermarket, or we were part of a supermarket called Farmer Jack's, and the owner was in charge of the stores ultimately there. Underneath the owner, we had the general manager, and the general manager had been working for, or been involved with that owner for about 30 years, had also been working for him in previous businesses as well. That was a position that was going to be taken for quite some time. Under the general manager, we had operations managers. So they oversaw, amongst the 10 stores, their job, they had small territories to look after and a group of 2 or 3 stores. Under them, we had the store managers. And then under the store managers, we had department managers. So I was classed as a department manager. I was all the way down here. Under the department managers, we had 2 ICs, and under the 2 ICs, we had all workers. Now, a lot of these store managers had actually been with this owner and within the company for 10 years plus. So to become a store manager, I quickly realised that I was going to have to put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of years to get even close to that. So I went to work on showing that I was capable. I did extra hours. I learned how to do all the reports within the supermarket. I even learned how to do everybody else's department. And at the end of it, when it was time to leave, after 5 years of being involved with that company, I'd had a $1,000 bonus. I'd had hadn't moved up anywhere. I was still a department manager, and it was made very clear to me that I wouldn't be going anywhere other than being a department manager. So I quickly realised that wasn't going to happen for me. The other thing as well is, as I was learning more and I was trying to get more involved, the opposite effect happened for me, where my peers started to get jealous. So rather than supporting me and encouraging me, they were actually sabotaging me, which was a really horrible thing to be involved in as well. What I found when I came into this business was the complete opposite. So in this business, you can't get anywhere without helping somebody else. So if you're just going to sit there and try and sabotage someone, really at the end of the day, you're only sabotaging yourself as well. So we're all in the business for a common purpose, and that's helping people, and that's helping people to better their lives. And we all start at the same level as well. So our business model looks more like a rectangle. So we all start as a virtual franchisee. To get to our pinnacle position of NMD, you have to help people. So you can't literally step on people to get there. You have to help people grow, and you have to help each other grow. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're an owner of a company, or you've previously been a CEO, a department manager, a stay-at-home mum, a bank manager, whatever you've been, everybody in this business has the opportunity to become an NMD. So for me, that was really exciting, because I knew that as long as I worked hard on my business, as long as I put in the time and effort, I would have the opportunity to grow. Once I looked at the business model and I thought, yep, this is awesome, something I could get into, my next question was, am I going to have to hunt down my family and friends? Is this something I'm going to have to spew all over them and, just to get someone to buy something? And again, I was actually really pleased to find out that's not what I have to do. And the reason that we don't have to do that, or what we call that, is we call it the popcorn effect. So where most of us would be really fearful that we would have to go and, pull out an Excel spreadsheet or a PowerPoint presentation at your next time you've got some friends over for dinner or at a barbecue, you definitely don't have to do that. So our story is all about sharing with people and sharing our experiences. So as Beck said in the beginning, when she was traveling, she met her friend Belinda, and that's how she got involved in business. So Belinda reached out to Beck. I hope everyone can see that. And then Beck reached out to Gabby. And then Gabby reached out to Leah. And then over here as well, while this was going down the line, Belinda reached out to Rhiannon. And she also reached out to Renelle. Okay. As this is happening, Renelle's getting a few customers over here. Rhiannon's getting a few customers. Beck's getting a few customers. Rhiannon then introduced the business to me. Okay, I get my customers. I introduce the business to Casey. Okay, Gabby gets a few customers. Leah gets a few customers. As you can quickly see, what started out with just Belinda introducing the business to Beck, Rhiannon and Renelle, it just automatically grows. So, or what we call organically grows. The other analogy we use for this is the popcorn effect. So if you were to put a pot of popcorn on the stove, or popping kernels, as they heat up, they start to pop. And even when you take them off the stove, they continue to pop with that. And once that momentum's going. And that for me was, again, something that I really loved about this business, because I knew that, long term for me, I would be able to spend more time with my family and my business would continue to run. Coming from a traditional business background, if I ever wanted to go and spend time with my family and I took my foot off the pedal with my business, the business would fall apart. So that was a huge win for me as well. So that is our business share. Thanks, Beck.
Thanks so much, Yvette. I just love that we don't have to hunt down our friends and family, because we don't want to be, no one's interested in being that person. Like we still have to be genuinely us. We don't want to turn into someone that people run away from. That's no fun for anyone. And I just love that it's all about helping people as well, helping people get healthy and helping people reach their goals. And that's so satisfying to be part of that. So the other thing that's a little bit different about our business is how we get paid. So I'd like to introduce Carlina to you now. She's just going to run through how we get paid, because it is a little bit different to traditional business. Thanks, Carlina.
Thanks, Beck. Hi, everyone. My name's Carlina. So now I get to talk to you about the fun stuff, how we get paid. And I love talking about this because it's a direct reflection on how many people we've been able to help. And I also believe that it's hard to be truly healthy if you have financial stress in your life. So with that, we have 3 ways that we get paid. The first way we get paid, I don't know if you can see this, is retail. Okay, so this is the money that you make on your customer sales and your team's customer sales. And the best thing about this business is we just connect the customers with Juice Plus and they do the rest. It's that simple. They handle the payment and the product and they ship it directly to the customer. Unlike lots of other business, we don't hold stock, we don't purchase stock, we don't run parties, and there's no large startup fees or monthly minimums, which is fantastic. We're in the business of recommending. So it's just like when you go see a great movie or you go to a restaurant that you love, you tell your friends about it. And that's what we do with Juice Plus. We tell our friends about it. We recommend it to people. And the other thing that I love about this is we can actually grow this business in 27 countries around the world, unlike our traditional business where we only grow up here in Australia. So that's huge. The second way we get paid is commissions. So this is the residual income or the passive income that you make in your business as your customer base grows and your team's customer base grows. That's when you start to earn good money. And we call this money the beach money, because you can literally be sitting on a beach somewhere sipping cocktails and there's still money landing in your bank account, which is awesome. I love that the most. So the last way we get paid is bonuses. Who doesn't love a bonus? I know I do. And not too many businesses nowadays give out bonuses, but they're a huge part of our business, and they're there to encourage us and support us as we begin our journey. So as we reach different levels in this business, and as our team reaches different levels, we're rewarded with bonuses, which is absolutely amazing. So I just also want to share with you a bit about how the business came into my life. The business came into my life about 8 months ago after having amazing results, like instantly, on the products. I had some massive financial stress in my life as well, and I knew that I needed to contribute to the family somehow. But after being a stay-at-home mum for 15 years to 4 children, I didn't know how that was going to be possible. Who was going to employ me? I had no experience, and my number one job for me was to be a stay-at-home mum to my kids. I wanted to be there for school drop-offs and pickups and do all the other stuff in between. So the business made complete sense to me. The fact that I could do this around my life in stolen moments, it was a no-brainer. And I made $1,000 in my first month, and after 15 years of not earning a cent, that was unbelievable. Like, it gave me back my independence and my financial independence as well, and I felt like I was actually contributing. And that was just the beginning. It is growing from there, and I'm so excited for what's to come in the future, and I'm so excited to help everyone else achieve their goals as well. Back to you, Beck.
Thanks so much, Carlina. It's so good to hear every person's different story about how they found out about the business and how much it's changing lives. So I just want to thank everyone that shared their story and their journey with us tonight. There's some really powerful stories there. And as you can see, we all have a different skill set. You don't need to be an expert at all to do this business. Our leaders teach us exactly what we need to know. There's a system that they've created that helps us achieve success. So as long as we stick to the system, we will be successful. It's as easy as that. So I'm really excited to be earning money from home around my kids. I just feel so grateful that I can do that. I see lots of mums and dads going to jobs they don't really like because that's what they do and they have bills to pay. But I'm so grateful that I've found this opportunity. And I can be there for my kids as well. And I don't have to miss out on anything. If there's a school assembly, I can be there. If there's a cross country or if someone's sick, I'm there, which I'm so grateful about. And I'm also building a community of healthy, financially free people, which is great. And seeing the look on people's face when they can give up their second job that they've hated forever is so rewarding. So that's the journey that I'm on with this business. And I hope that you've enjoyed watching this link tonight. And if you've got any questions, I urge you to get those answered. I know we have answered some questions tonight, but if you're anything like me, you'll have lots more questions. So just reach out to the person that invited you to watch this link and get those questions answered. Because I guess the big question is, what if this is what you've been looking for? What if this could really change your life and the financial climate in your family? So, don't waste any time getting those questions answered. So thank you again for everyone who's been part of tonight, and we look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thanks.